The E-Myth Revisited by Michael Gerber. Summary and main ideas for business growth. Before we begin, here's what you'll get in this book in 3 sentences. 1. Raising awareness and describing the problem in most small businesses. 2. The medium to solve the problem. 3. How to use this medium in detail. Interested already? If so, then let us take a peek into those concepts. Introduction. What is the E-Myth? The E-Myth is short for entrepreneurial myth. This myth states that the people who start small businesses are entrepreneurs, individuals who are like heroes, and legends go about them. But actually, most of them are technicians. This proves to be a problem, because the technician assumes he knows the work of the business because he is the master of his craft. And that is the fatal assumption. The technician has to forego a big change in order for him to develop a business. Knowing the craft doesn't mean knowing the other parts of running a business. So what kind of a change does he have to forego? Let's begin with the parts he has to discover within himself. The owner's 3 personalities. Every business owner has 3 main parts to his personality. Those are 1. The technician. The part that does the work here and now. It always has to be busy and feel productive. 2. The manager. The part that craves order. It wants to know what has to be done, when, where, how, and how long will each and every task take. It wants to measure everything. 3. The entrepreneur. This part is responsible for the vision, for innovation, and for taking risks. It loves trying out new things and getting into trouble. Most owners tend to lean to the technician part. But in order for the business to succeed, the 3 parts have to be balanced out. Before we describe a path for reaching that balance, let's describe the small business life cycle so that you could see where you stand. The small business life cycle in 3 phases. 1. Infancy. The phase where the owner is the business. The owner does everything on his own, including the sales, the marketing, cleaning, and everything else you could imagine. 2. Adolescence. It begins when the owner sees that it is hard for him to go at it alone, so he hires help. But he still lacks the right skills and right perspective to pull it off. 3. Maturity. This phase doesn't have to come subsequently after infancy and adolescence. A business could be started as a mature business, because the owner went through the other 2 phases in his mind. This phase is characterized by the owner having the entrepreneurial perspective. This means having a vision, a strategy, and pushing the employees and himself toward it. Coming up next is the medium through which you could develop an entrepreneurial perspective and balance out the 3 owner personalities. The franchised business prototype. This type of business is an imitation of the McDonald's format, It is a predictable model of a business that is based on systems. Systems mostly come in the form of documentation and checklists. The owner does not see the commodity as his product in this prototype, but rather the business itself. Therefore, his final customer is the person who will buy the business, the franchisee, not the shopper. In order for that to happen, the business has to operate in a predictable way without the owner being there. Now to the details. How does one create a franchised business prototype? The 3 general guidelines for the business development process. For every development in your business, the next 3 steps should be applied. 1. Innovation. The difference between innovation and creativity is that creativity thinks new things, while innovation does new things. Innovation should be something that makes the lives of your customers and employees easier. Otherwise, it is a complication. 2. Quantification. Write down all the results of the innovation in a quantifiable form, including every step of the process. 3. Orchestration. If after quantification you've figured out the innovation works, put it in the checklists and make sure your people or you apply it every single time. That the checklists describe what has to be done in detail. You might be thinking, Roger that, but what do I apply it to? That's exactly what we're going to find out right now. The 7 key steps for the development of your franchised prototype. Note, I'm not sure how upgradable the first 2 are, but it's open for your interpretation. Step 1. Your primary aim. The first and foremost that you have to consider is what do you want to achieve in your personal life in the long term. In other words, what are the things you would like to do before you die? Some guiding questions could be: what do you value most? Who do you wish to become? What skills do you want to develop? Step 2. Strategic objective. Your strategic objective derives from your primary aim. It is where the business and your personal goals collide. Within this step, you'll determine your vision for the business by asking things such as whether it fits your aim, how much money does it need to produce in order to fulfill your aim, and what the dress code is going to be. Step 3. Organizational strategy. Mainly an organizational chart describing all the positions in your company, who they report to, and what are they accountable for. This strategy also includes creating a contract with the responsibilities of each employee and having them sign it. Step 4. Management strategy. Make checklists and automated systems, which are responsible for consistent and satisfying results. Step 5. People strategy. Why would your people follow the checklists, you ask? Simple, because of the sense of community, achievement, and meaning that you're going to create. People crave order and meaning. If you can provide it to them, they will go with you. Step 6. Marketing strategy. Your customers make decisions using their subconscious mind. Therefore, your task is to align every characteristic of your business in accordance with it. For example, your logo, website design, customer-employee interactions, and basically everything. How to do that? By determining their demographics and psychographics. Demographics consist of metrics such as location, age, marital status, family size, etc. While psychographics consist of preferences of color, shape, foods, clothes, hobbies, and more. People with similar demographics tend to have similar psychographics. Therefore, you could determine the psychographics by first determining the demographics. Step 7. Systems strategy. A system is the sum of parts that affect each other and other systems, which is basically everything. In business, there are 3 types of systems: soft, hard, and information. Soft systems refer to anything that includes the living. For example, sales, interaction between employees, production, etc. Hard systems refer to anything unliving. These mostly include decoration and computers. And information systems allow us to gather information about the 2 other systems. For example, customer satisfaction surveys and checklists for sales quantification. All the systems are interconnected. Each one of them affects the others. Therefore, you must attend to all of them if you wish to be successful. To clarify, that means the whole 7 steps.